Hello everyone, this is Pastor Ashley here at First Presbyterian Church of Stockton, and I wanted to let you all know that we are starting for the next 5 weeks as we have finished our Christmas season and before we head into Lent, which I cannot believe is around the corner, but it's coming. But for this time in between, we are going to have a focus with the sermons and also with just discussions that we're going to be having around the idea of calling and being called by God. And the lectionary texts have a lot of wonderful, rich scriptures for us about the experience of being called, whether it's disciples or prophets, apostles. We're going to hear from Paul. And so I thought it would be a great opportunity to think about that, especially when we're in this time where with the coronavirus and with unrest in our country, with continued all kinds of things going on that can feel overwhelming, that can feel out of our control, that we remember that we are called still, that God gives us work to do, and that we, even our small part, are part of God's plan through Jesus of restoration and redemption, of hope for this world. Starting with us, starting with that restoration and healing for us, that we would overflow God's love out into the world through the power of the Holy Spirit who leads us in that and is as close as our breath. That sustains us in every moment. And so we're going to think about that. We're going to think about what we're called to and how that works, how we live our lives in worship to God by what we do with our hands and our feet in our lives, and how our identity as people who are called by one such as Jesus Christ just changes and how that informs us. So I invite you to jump in. I invite you to start thinking about what it means to be called and what things that you are called to in your life. We're all called to be followers of Jesus as Christians, but we have particular missions we're given, things that God calls us to, whether that's a family relationship, whether that's in a workplace or in our community, whether that's to prayer. There's all kinds of wonderful callings that we receive in our lives. And so I invite you to start thinking about that and to join us on Sunday mornings at 10:30 on YouTube. And we will have this discussion together as we continue to walk through these days, knowing that our God, who promised to never leave or forsake us, is with us in the midst of it. And so join us, and I look forward to seeing you and discussing this with you all as we move along. Thanks so much.